What a tough way to lose for the Toronto Raptors. Man, that one stung. That win was right there. The victory was theirs. The Nuggets steal it. Absolutely devastating. What a heartbreaker, man. The Raptors were moments away from getting a signature win. They were that close to beating the Denver Nuggets. That would have been such a huge win for this young team. But the Nuggets, I mean, you got to give them a ton of credit. Their backs were up against the wall. 0-2. We're about to go 0-3, but they turn it up a notch. They end regulation on a 13-3 run. Raptors didn't score a bucket in the final 2:17 regulation. Then Scottie Barnes, who was playing out of his mind, unfortunately took a hard elbow to the eye, and he was in a lot of pain. And Barnes, he left the game with an eye injury, did not return. Game goes into overtime. The Nuggets, they take over, get some breathing room. Raptors still fighting hard without their best player in Scottie. And then RJ Barrett had a chance to win it there at the end, coming down. And RJ Barrett could have attacked, but he decided that he wanted his moment, and he went for it all. He went for the 3-ball, a chance to win the game. 3-ball misses. The Raptors had some opportunities after the miss, couldn't get it to go, and the Raptors lose this game. Man, that was going to hurt. As the Raptors, I mean, they played really well, guys. They outplayed the Nuggets. They did in a lot of areas. Bench was phenomenal. Raptors starters were phenomenal. RJ comes back, season debut, didn't miss a beat, picked up from where he last left off. And, you know, you look at RJ, I'm okay with him taking that shot. I know you could have made a case for RJ to be aggressive, drive. They were down 2, didn't have to go for the 3 for the win. But RJ, he was feeling it. He wanted his moment. And you're in overtime. You have a chance to beat a really good team in the Denver Nuggets. You're without your best player in Scottie Barnes. Instead of being conservative, trying to tie the game up, he went for it. So I'm good with RJ being aggressive there and going for it all. Unfortunately, just didn't hit it. Honestly, it looked good. From the release, I thought that ball was going in. It did look good leaving his hands. But RJ Barrett, he had a really good game. 20 points in 29 minutes. He did have 5 fouls, but rebounded well, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. It was good to see RJ back with this Raptors team. This Raptors team, they're different with RJ Barrett, guys. And then going back to Scottie Barnes, he had just a phenomenal game. 21 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 steals. He got into it with Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon. Good for Scottie Barnes for standing up to him for himself, holding his own against those 2 guys as Westbrook got a flagrant, and then it was a double tech on Gordon and Barnes. The fourth quarter was chippy. This was a very competitive game. The Denver Nuggets were not going down easily. Raptors, they just got key bucket after key bucket. I mean, Barnes was making plays. Got to give a ton of credit to Pirtle. He played really well going up against the Joker. 16 points, 19 rebounds. He basically gave you all you could have asked for. Davion Mitchell, I know he missed a key free throw late, which gave the Nuggets an opportunity to tie it there at the end to send the game into overtime. Jamal Murray, what can I say? He turns into Michael Jordan every single time the game's in a clutch time. But Mitchell overall, 16 points, 6 assists. He played well. And then Grady Dick, at one point, he scored 9 straight points in the fourth quarter, coming alive in that final frame. Hit 2 threes, got fouled on a 3, hit all those 3 free throws. And then the bench, Abaji moving to the bench, did not look phased. This was one of the areas that I was going to focus on to see how Abaji was going to respond to going back to a bench role with RJ back in the starting lineup. But Abaji, he did not miss a beat. 15 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 7 rebounds, one of the better players on the night. And this was great to see. You want to see Abaji continue to shoot the ball very well. 2 of 5 from 3. And then, yeah, Mobo 6, Boucher 4, Battle 4, Shed 8. Overall, the Raptors bench, they came to play. They outscored the Nuggets bench. As we know, the Nuggets bench is very, very thin this season. The Nuggets relying heavily on their starters, and it did take a Nikola Jokic masterclass to pull out the win for them. Jokic did score 40 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Jamal Murray, he came a big late, 17, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. But you gotta like what you saw from the Raptors in this game, guys. I know they lose. I know it's such a tough one to chalk up, considering they outplayed the Nuggets. You know, more assists, more fast break points, more points in the paint. Bench was better. Raptors led by as many as 15. Raptors, I thought, did a good job of limiting their turnovers, especially early. The Raptors shot it, you know, respectable from the field. Their three-point shooting could have been a lot better, but I thought the Raptors did a very good job in this game. You know, rebounding the Nuggets, +2. The Raptors, they had a lot of areas won. They played as good of a game as you could have possibly played against a very desperate, good Nuggets team. And I know the Raptors, they just hit a wall in that fourth quarter. They hit a wall. Things did not go their way. They couldn't get a bucket when they needed to. They really just needed one key shot. That's all they needed. In that final 2 minutes, they needed one key shot, one key three, and this game would have been theirs, but couldn't score. They lose Scottie. You're obviously derailed from that. Nuggets had the Raptors right where they wanted them. They kept coming, and then the Raptors, they missed 2 key free throws. Again, you go to the Davion Mitchell free throw. Once you went into overtime against this Nuggets team, you knew it was going to be tough for the Raptors to prevail and to pull this one off. But look, guys, there's a lot of positive takeaways. There's a lot of good signs. You look at the Raptors' big picture here. I know we're just 4 games into the season, but you got to take a lot of things into consideration. I know they got blown out opening night. A lot of people thought this was going to be a terrible season, a repeat of last season. They got destroyed by the Cavs, but the Cavs, you look now, they're 4-0. The Raptors, they convincingly beat the 76ers, granted without Embiid and George, but still able to take care of business against that team that did have Maxey. They put up a strong fight against the Timberwolves team that was playing in their home opener. It was the second ever back-to-back for the Raptors. And then this one, you go up against the Nuggets, you're at home, and you played as well as you would have liked. And really, if you had told this Raptors team that they were going to be in a dogfight with the Nuggets in the fourth, but went to overtime, you would have taken it. But the Raptors simply played well enough to win this game. They had this game won. So it's going to come down to late game execution, cleaning up on things, but they got to feel good about this performance. It's not about this season. It's just about progressing. It's about looking good in these tight spots. It's about being a tough out, being competitive. And really, I think this Raptors team is going to be a tough out for any team they play, and they proved it. You got to think, too, they still got to get fully healthy. They got to get key pieces back in the mix. Walter is back. He's assigned to 905. He's going to work his way back to being with the main team. You know, you're going to have Olynyk coming back quickly. Bruce Brown, hopefully Scottie Barnes can shake off his eye injury. It didn't look good. It really didn't. Scottie, I mean, for him to be in that much pain and to leave, you just hope it's not anything serious, especially since the Raptors just got a key piece back and they want to see this team fully healthy. But yeah, I mean, you look at the Raptors, the way that they lost this game, they didn't get the benefit of the whistle down the stretch. Let's call it for what it is. There were a couple of instances where you could have made a case for the Raptors getting foul calls. You know, there was a situation I recall with Dick. It was a one-on-one, gets to the basket, looked like there was contact. Refs didn't call it. But as much as this was frustrating to see, and for as many missed calls as there were, it was still a great effort. And I think this team is just going to be way too good to tank this season, especially at full strength. So the Raptors, they do blow it late, but there are some good things to build on this. And hopefully, you know, they can continue to fight hard, show up against these good teams. And then the next step is executing and putting these games away, not allowing the opposition to creep their way back as we saw in this one and to win these games and put the final nail in the coffin. But that was tough. That was tough. The Denver Nuggets, they get it done. They put up a hell of a fight there at the end. They just would not go away. The Raptors, guys, They lose. They are 1-3 on the season. They're going to be taking on the Hornets on Wednesday night. Let me know your thoughts on this game, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.